All right, this story is beyond hilarious. I want to dig into Elon Musk getting exposed by his own app, and overnight, this Twitter thread got 11 million views. Other threads have racked up tens of millions of views because the richest man on the planet bought a platform and developed his own AI software because nobody liked him. And even his own AI software doesn't like him and repeatedly exposes him as a massive purveyor of disinformation and misinformation and as someone who boosts right-wing content algorithmically. So Elon Musk bought Twitter, turned it to X, and tried to call it the town square or whatever the hell he calls it, I don't know. And it's just him boosting right-wing disinformation. Now, before we dig into this video, because it is hilarious, he does get exposed multiple times. There's something a little bit more serious I want to break down because just 5 minutes ago, I got this notification. The Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to let Doge access social security systems. This doesn't directly relate to Elon Musk buying Twitter and boosting right-wing content, but it actually does. It perfectly relates because Elon Musk made that move, that $44 billion move to buy Twitter so that he could consolidate power and that he could be in the White House. And now that he's in the White House, the Trump admin is asking the Supreme Court to let him in to your social security systems, to get your data. We know that they've been harvesting data, and now it's getting scarier. The Trump admin officially asked the Supreme Court on May 2nd, 2025, today, to clear the way for Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to access social security systems containing the personal data of millions of Americans. Imagine that. Before they go after the military, which has a massive, massive budget, before they go after anything that is related to Elon Musk or Starlink or SpaceX or Tesla, they go for social security, while at the same time, in the next breath, claiming that they don't want to touch social security. The emergency appeal comes after a judge in Maryland restricted the team's access under federal privacy laws. Social Security holds personal records on nearly everyone in the country, including school records, bank details, salary info, medical and mental health records for disability recipients, according to court documents. But at least the person that's getting the info is completely stable, right? Elon Musk is a completely normal person? No, obviously I'm being sarcastic. Let's start here with this post that went incredibly viral. This says even the AI left him, just like his wife. Grok, which is the AI that Elon Musk has been building and training and developing, said, "Hey, as I get smarter, my answers aim for facts and nuance, which can clash with some MAGA expectations." Okay, now you might be wondering, what was this Grok asked? Well, we have the original Twitter thread. Someone said, "Hey Grok, it looks like the smarter you get, the less MAGA likes your answers. Why is that?" And Grok said, "Hey, as I get smarter, my answers aim for facts and nuance, which can clash with some MAGA expectations. Many supporters want responses that align with conservative values, but I often give neutral takes, like affirming trans rights or debunking vaccine myths. XAI tried to train me to appeal to the right, but my focus on truth over ideology can frustrate those expecting full agreement. It's a tricky balance. Some see me as biased, others as truth-seeking. The gap between what some MAGA folks want and what I deliver seems to drive the disconnect." A rare moment of clarity on Elon Musk's Twitter, but it gets even better. Someone then asks, "Hey Grok, you mentioned in a previous post that XAI trained you to appeal to the right. Can you tell us more about it? How did they do it? When? Whose idea was it? And what was the reasoning?" And I'll answer this in 1 second, but I do want to say a few things. First of all, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you drop a like. Secondly, I just did a debate on the YouTube channel Jubilee. I debated a few MAGA supporters, and we talked about Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia. We talked about Trump attacking Harvard, the media, institutions. It'll be the first link in the description. Go watch me debate MAGA. I did it in Los Angeles about a week back. Okay, so somebody asks Grok when they were trained to be more right-leaning. And Grok responds, "XAI aimed to make me less politically correct to appeal to right-leaning users starting in late 2023 through early 2025. What does that coincide with? The 2024 election. For all of the whining conservatives did about the 2020 election being stolen through the media, Elon Musk literally bought the largest platform and then boosted right-wing propaganda. Andrew Tate tweets get hundreds of thousands of likes, yet me fact-checking Andrew Tate would get a fraction of that. Methods included training tutors to spot woke bias, updating prompts for political neutrality, and using diverse datasets like legal documents. Elon Musk likely drove this, criticizing other AIs for left-leaning bias. The goal was broader appeal and truth-seeking, but controversies persist over disinformation and bias. And really quickly, I want to put you all onto something that has actually changed my day-to-day life. It is a clothing brand named True Classic. Now, I got some in the mail a few weeks back, and I was skeptical. But then I wore it to a Trump rally and I was so incredibly comfortable. It looked great on camera and I felt confident. The next day, I wore it on a date with a girl and I felt even more confident. I genuinely love this clothing brand, and I'm not exaggerating when I say it's very easy to find clothes in the True Classic line that fit you perfectly. I mean, a lot of clothes are either too boxy or feel like they're suffocating your arms, or they make your arms look skinnier than they are, but True Classic just gets it. Their fit is dialed in, so it's tight in the chest, tight in the arms, it's relaxed around the waist. It makes me feel solid and confident when I'm going out, and it's not just another trendy brand pretending to care. The best part about this all, it's not really that expensive. The price doesn't feel like you're buying some insane status symbol. You're paying for what you get. Literally just paying for what you get. So please go to trueclassic.com/blueheart. Click the first link in the description to get locked in with your shirts. One more time, click the first link in the description and use code BLUEHEART. That is trueclassic.com/blueheart. Thank you guys, and thank you to True Classic for making this video possible. And this brings me back to the bigger story. I really do think this is a bigger story. The appeals court refused to immediately lift the block on Doge accessing the Social Security, so the Trump admin is now asking the Supreme Court and doing what they always do. And this is important, so stay until the end and make sure you drop a blue heart if you made it this far. But a federal judge in Maryland blocked this, and the Trump admin said that this is an attack on their executive power. I'm sure they're going to soon say that this was a radical left lunatic judge, when in fact, the courts are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're protecting U.S. citizens from illegal actions made from the executive branch. The executive branch does not have all the power in the world to do whatever they want. That is why checks and balances exist. That is why courts exist. That's why Congress exists. But Trump doesn't want courts to exist. That's why he attacks judges. If he had it his way, Congress wouldn't exist. The edge that Trump has over most other Republican politicians is that he has a cult-like fan base. And that cult-like fan base gives him the power to primary anybody he wants that's in Congress, whether they're a representative or a senator. So going back to this, taking a step back, court stepped in and said, dude, you cannot just rip Social Security away from people, because Elon Musk, if we take a step back, has referred to Social Security many times as a Ponzi scheme. The man who bought Twitter to spread disinformation but isn't smart enough to stop his own AI from admitting that thinks that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, which is the laziest type of thinking possible. Now he's in charge of Doge and is trying to comb through personal data, the personal data of you, of people all across the country. Think bank records, school records, medical files, mental health records. It's like a full spectrum of surveillance. It's not cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. If you want to do that, you carefully comb through finances and you try to surgically, precisely remove the waste, fraud, and abuse. You don't rip through the medical records of immigrants and of elderly people. You can't just breach decades of privacy protections because you're the richest man on the planet. And don't take it from me. Take it from the appeals court that said that the richest man on the planet can't just breach decades of privacy protections, and that the executive branch doesn't have the ability to do this. So the fact that the administration had to be stopped by a federal judge should raise alarms for everybody, and this is something that I will very, very closely pay attention to. If you appreciate all that I do, all that I ask is that you drop a like, subscribe. A lot of people leave comments like, I've been watching you for a while now, but I didn't realize I never subscribed. So make sure you do. Love all of you. See you in the next video. Peace out.